back to my channel, guys. We're about that breaking cycles life. Guys, like fall is coming because we're having a lot of rain this time of the year, and it reminds me of Jamaica, honestly. Around this time, especially if a hurricane comes, the students will be so happy because you get to stay inside and not go to school. But yeah, the weather is pretty much overcast. It has been like this all week. But yes, we thank God for cool temperatures and not hot, because oh my, this summer was hot. Okay, and today's devotion is the final commandment, the final marriage vow for the 10 commandments, right? So marriage vow number 10, or commandment number 10, right? And this one, I think we all will be, resonating with this at some point in my discussion, because trust me, I think everyone has been through this. I sure have, right? But yeah, let me read. It's from Exodus 20, verse 17. Yes, we're finally at 17. And it says, "You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's." I think we all know what that one means, right? Because that is all in all, don't be jealous. Or in Jamaican terms, don't bad mind, right? So, this one, I have spoken about it in my Let's Talk, right? And I spoke about it from the perspective or the point of view of being content, right? Because it's because we're not being content with ourselves and with what God gives us, why we end up getting to break this very commandment. And you see, God knew that this was actually a very important commandment. It's actually the reason why we're in this sinful world, because Lucifer did bad mind, jealous. So that is the reason why we're even here. And this commandment is very important because it's, if not, I honestly believe it's because of this why we end up doing the rest, we end up breaking the rest of the commandments. But to each his own, right? Guys, jealousy. Where to start from? Okay, we're going from the marriage vow perspective, right? I have heard stories that spouses would be jealous of each other, and I'll be like, but you're a team. Why would you be jealous of, someone who you say you love? But then again, not everyone gets married for the right reasons, right? So that's why you should make sure that you choose correctly, guys. It's better to wait long than marry wrong. I think we've all heard that statement, right? So yeah, from the marriage vow perspective or any relationship perspective, guys, being content with what God has given you, the talents God has given you, the resources that He has given you, regardless of whatever is happening in your life, being content is being humble and submissive to what God has planned for you, and not comparing yourself with what He blesses others with. I know this is a hard thing for many people to understand, but honestly, guys, if I'm supposed to be telling you the truth right now, many people are covetous because they're not content, and because they have messed up their own lives, and they don't appreciate the fact that you are living the life that they would want to live, or that they chose to not live, right? And I say this because I've seen it many times in my own life and in other people's life. I observe a lot, and I'm like, why would that person be jealous of that person? Like, you can do the very same thing, as I've stressed so many times in my Let's Talk videos, I'm like, you can win in your own lane. There's no reason to compare yourself. And if you ask my friends, you will hear me say, don't compare me to anyone, or I am very stern in regards to when I hear them comparing themselves to others. I'm like, stop doing that, because we are not supposed to be, we're supposed to be content with what God gave us. Everyone has their own abilities that can be added to the kingdom of God, or that can be added to society, right? So being content is very crucial, and being content means we need to be humble. You see how humility plays a very crucial role in keeping every commandment, and that is honestly the problem in our society. People don't like to be humble. People don't like to be humble because they see humility as a form of weakness, when it is, trust me, the greatest form of strength. To know that you have power to do something and choose not to do it, right? So, guys, whew, parent-child relationship, child-parent relationship, friendships, let's aim to not compare ourselves and not live in our pride that it will cause us to start being covetous against our neighbors. Neighbors in this case is anyone in close proximity with you, in friendship, parent-child relationship, spousal relationship. And imagine your godly marriage. Imagine you and God. God is your husband, right? And He is blessing you with all that you need. How heartbreaking would it be for Him to be hearing, oh, you know, I don't think you're loving me enough because you love that person more, because, you know, they're doing things better, or they're getting things better. He already knows what our life is going to be like, and He already planned it, guys. He wants what's best for us, and He knows why at this point in time this person needs this blessing, right? And He knows at what appointed time you need your blessing. Now, if you are humble and you submit to God and you just keep praying and being consistent in your love and your obedience towards Him, your time will come and you will win in your lane, because everyone has mountaintops and valley experiences, right? So it's not for us to be looking at people. Oh my. I honestly appreciate when I find the people who can celebrate when they're going through their hard times. Like, celebrate others while you're going through your hard times. Like, whenever I stumble upon those people, which is really rare, I am so grateful, and it warms my heart, because I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one that thinks this way, right? It doesn't matter what I'm going through, guys. If you come to me with something that is good and you're like, okay, Shani, this is happening for me, I'm not going to be like, oh my, you know, I wish I had that. No, I'm not going to put the I'm not going to make the situation about me, but I'm going to congratulate you and be sincerely happy for you. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. And I realize not many people think this way, and honestly, as I said, it stems from not being content and not being humble with what God has given you. And I don't know, jealousy is a really touchy subject, and it only takes Jesus stepping in to change that, because if jealousy was the reason why we are in this sinful world, imagine it and look at Satan right now. He is not repentant. When someone is jealous, they will never admit that they're jealous, right? I've seen this before my very own eyes, right? They will never admit that they're jealous, right? It will take only Jesus to live in their hearts for them to admit such a thing, right? And for us to get out of this covetous nature, it only takes prayer. And I would say fasting too, honestly. It really only takes prayer and fasting, because if you see someone is exercising in the street, it's for us not to get angry. Don't be like me. Don't get angry and wonder why is it that they are being like this. It's for us to pray and submit them to God, so that, you know, at some point they will realize that, yeah, it's time for me to step away from this attitude and submit myself to God, be humble and be okay with whatever path he chooses for me. Right? Now, I can only say it's God. Honestly, it really is only God that can work in this way. But just know, jealousy, it destroys many relationships. And if this is evident in our society today, imagine imagine how God must feel when we are not content with the blessings that he gave us, right? And I have flawed in looking at others, and I'm like, why have you not blessed me this very same way? Why? But I quickly repent and I'm like, no. Don't get into that mindset, Shani. Stay in the mindset that only God knows why everything is happening, and he has the solution. So there is no need to be looking at someone and be like, okay, why is this not happening for me? God knows why, and you will understand everything at some point. I have in many aspects of my life, and I'm still learning this, right, guys? So yeah, that's our encouragement for today. Let's all aim to not break this commandment in any relationship, especially godly relationship. Yeah, let's aim to not break this commandment. Let's stay humble, let's stay content, and flee the temptation of jealousy. Okay, guys, so have a great day. Bye bye. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's encouragement, and I hope you guys are ready for the day ahead. Now do me a favor and press that like button and subscribe button if you are new, so that we can get more of this positive Christian content out into the world, okay? And I'll link my daily devotional playlist right here and my Let's Talk playlist if you want to tackle some social issues, okay? So have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.